Imagine this. It's 6:30 a.m. and the sun is just beginning to peek over the horizon. Two neighbors living on the same street wake up to face their day. Let's call them Alex and Jamie. Alex's morning is pure chaos. The alarm blares for the third time, and Alex groggily makes it out of bed. Clothes are thrown on, disheveled. Coffee is gulped down in a haste, and keys are grabbed while running out of the door. The day has just begun, and already Alex feels behind, as if they are playing catch up with time. Jamie's morning, on the other hand, looks completely different. The alarm goes off once and Jamie rises with intention. The house is quiet, the air is still, and Jamie takes a few moments to breathe, to reflect, and to prepare. For Jamie, there's no rush, there's just deliberate action. A few minutes spent journaling, a quick workout, and a clear plan for the day is all set before stepping out into the world. Now, here's the interesting part. Alex and Jamie face the same challenges throughout the day. Work deadlines, meetings, and errands that they must accomplish. But by the end of the day, Jamie feels both accomplished and energized, all the while our friend Alex feels exhausted and overwhelmed. Why the difference? It all starts with the morning. You see, mornings are more than just a time to wake up. They're an opportunity to take control of your life, to set your intention, and prepare yourself to face whatever comes next. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 things successful people do in the morning to make sure they start strong, stay focused, and keep building towards their goals. How does your morning usually begin? Are you waking up in a rush, scrambling to get ready, diving headfirst into the chaos of the day? Or are you taking intentional time to set yourself up for success? Here's something to consider. Your morning is like a foundation of a house. If it's strong and well built, everything that comes after it will stand tall. But if it's shaky and chaotic, the rest of your day can crumble under the pressure. One thing you'll notice about successful people is they make it a point to own their mornings. They don't leave it up to chance. They don't wake up hoping that they're motivated and they feel productive. They create the conditions for success through intentional habits. But here's the best part. You ain't gotta be a CEO or a millionaire to adopt these habits. Anyone can do them starting tomorrow. So let's dive in. The first thing that successful people do is they prioritize waking up early. And no, this isn't about joining the 5 a.m. club just 'cause. It is about reclaiming your time and starting your day with intention. When you wake up early, you give yourself the gift of time. Think about it. In the early hours of the day, there are no emails pinging on your phone. Most are asleep. No urgent tasks demanding your attention. Most are asleep. No distractions pulling you in a million directions. Most are asleep. It's just you and the opportunity to focus on what matters the most. There's a quote by Ben Franklin that says, "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." This wisdom has stood the test of time because the quiet stillness of the early morning allows you to think clearly, to make plans, and prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically for what's ahead. Now, you might be watching me and saying to the screen, "Aaron, I am not a morning person." But the notion of morning people is utterly ridiculous. Those that are morning people decided to string along enough efforts to the point where that king-size pillow top bed was no longer ruling and reigning over them due to their promise that they made to themselves to wake up early. And if the notion of getting up early bothers you, start small. Early could be 15 minutes earlier than you normally do. If you string along enough consistent efforts, gradually, you'll find the rhythm that works for you. Remember, it's not about having more hours. It's about using those hours intentionally. Another thing successful people do in the morning is they practice gratitude. Those that are successful understand that mindset, the set of thoughts that influence our actions and manifest in our lives, is everything. And one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to cultivate a positive mindset is by practicing gratitude. Here's why gratitude is so important. Your brain is incredibly impressionable first thing in the morning. The thoughts you feed it first thing in the morning act as a filter for everything else that follows. If you start your day focusing on stress, lack, or negativity, that's the lens you'll see the world through. But if you start with gratitude, that's the lens you'll see the world through. And you begin to train your mind to look for the good in your day. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. But starting your morning with gratitude is like planting seeds of abundance. And when you nurture those seeds, you'll find positivity grows in every area of your life. Now, practicing gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. You could start your day thinking of 3 things that you're thankful for. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your loved ones. Maybe it's simply the fact that you woke up to face another day. Write them down and let the feelings of appreciation shape your morning and ultimately affect your day. The third thing successful people do in the morning is they move their bodies. This is a habit that is often overlooked but incredibly powerful. Successful people make it a point to move in the morning. You might say, Aaron, why is this so important? Because one of the things that I've noticed, and this is speaking for me, all right, you speak for you and I'll speak for me on this one. But physical movement isn't just about health. It's about mental clarity, focus, and energy. When you exercise, even if it's just for a few minutes, you're boosting your circulation, you're waking up your muscles, and you're flooding your brain with endorphins. I love the way Tony Robbins said it. Tony said, motion creates emotion. When you move your body, you're creating the physical and mental energy needed to take on the day. It's not just about the act of moving. It's about the message that you're sending to yourself. You're saying, self, I am alive, I am capable, and I am ready to take on whatever the day brings. But what we have to remember is just like waking up early, we don't have to go to the extreme. You don't need an intense workout. Maybe you get up and you stretch, you do yoga, you take a walk. The goal isn't exhaustion, it's activation. The fourth thing successful people do in the morning is they feed their minds. Successful people don't just focus on the physical energy. They put just as much, if not more, emphasis on prioritizing mental energy. What you feed your mind in the morning is just as important as what you feed your body in the morning. The first thing you consume in the morning sets the tone for your thoughts and focus throughout the day. If you start by scrolling through social media or reading, watching, or listening to negative news, you're starting your day by inviting distraction and stress in your mind. But if you start with something inspiring or uplifting, you're giving yourself a mental edge. Feeding your mind can look different for everyone. Maybe for you, it's reading a personal development book. Maybe it's watching a motivational podcast on YouTube. Or maybe it's journaling your goals. Inputs affect outputs. And if you're dissatisfied with what you're putting out, we have to check with what we're putting in. Even 10 to 15 minutes of intentional mental input can shift your mindset and set you up for your day. Number 5, they plan their day with intention. The final habit is arguably the most important. Successful people don't let their days just happen to them. They happen to their days. Successful people plan their time with intention. Jim Rohn once said, either you run the day or the day runs you. He said it more like, either you run the day or the day runs you. This quote highlights the importance of taking control of your schedule rather than allowing your schedule to control you. Successful people know the difference between busy and productive. They are not the same thing. Busy people fill their day with tasks, while productive people focus on the tasks that align with their goals and their values. Productive people start their morning by asking themselves, what are my top priorities for the day? What tasks will have the biggest impact on my goals? What actions can I take to move the needle forward? They block out time for their most important tasks, and they protect that time like it's sacred. If planning feels overwhelming, start small by writing down your top 3 priorities of your day. Let's recap. How can you accelerate in your success journey? Wake up early to create time and space for yourself. Practice gratitude to cultivate a positive mindset. Move your body to boost your energy and your confidence. Feed your mind with inspiration and knowledge. And last but certainly not least, plan your day with intention that you may stay focused on what matters most. The thing about these habits is they're all simple. As human beings, we naturally complicate things. And whenever we complicate things, we create an enormous amount of friction between who we are and the person that we are wanting to be. Though these habits are simple, the power lies in their consistency. As you begin to implement them, you're going to notice transformation, not just in your mornings, but on your entire life. And you don't have to start all 5 at once. Start with 1. Start with 1 and build momentum, because the goal is never perfection. It's progress. Now it's your turn. Which one of these habits are you most excited to get started with? Let me know in the comments below. And here's to owning your mornings and ultimately your future. Always remember that growth is a journey, it's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.